One of the top messages that I get is from people who have tried dark paint in their house for the first time after being scared of it for years, but always seeing pictures or videos online that made them want to do it. They finally did it and they love it. They were worried the whole time it was going to be like too dark, overwhelming, maybe depressing. And once they try it, they realize how actually like warm and cozy it can be. It's the complete opposite of how you think it's going to be. And even when you are trying dark paint for the first time, let me know if you've done it before because you can attest to this. The painting process is a little scary. And you kind of regret and start having this like, what did I do? What did I do? The whole time you're doing it because it ends up looking really messy. It's just a lot more dramatic seeing like a light wall transition to a dark wall than, just like a lighter color. Once you get over that hump and you get your room dark, you've got like your good like 2 coats on there, more if you need it. The payoff is so big. For those of you that are new here, which I'm new here, so I'm assuming all of you are new here too, but my name is Chelsea. I go by A League of Her Home, and I started sharing, home decor videos and just inspiration a few years ago on TikTok. It's just changed a lot over there. If you're over there, you know. And I just really have been craving like more of a long form content for a while and just more of a connection, which I feel like is hard to get in other places. I wanted to start building a community over here. So if you are into like dark, cozy, moody home decor, then follow so you can hang out. So if you have the urge to try dark paint, but maybe you haven't built up the nerve to go buy that can of paint and start giving your room a makeover, or maybe you live with someone and they're the one that's on the fence and you're trying to talk them into it, because honestly, I mean, that can be scary, especially someone who hasn't really been giving it as much thought as I'm sure you have. You probably have mood boards, photos saved everywhere, watching videos of people doing darkroom makeovers. So in your mind, you've kind of seen the after effects a little bit more. No matter what the reason is that's holding you back, I have 5 tips for you that when you paint your room dark, these are going to help you keep like a warmth, a glow, a light to the room so it doesn't feel overwhelming and it just becomes like this cozy, dark, like backdrop to the rest of the room and the things in the room. Before I get into the categories though, if you haven't decided which room you want to paint dark and you're open to doing it like anywhere in your house, I would suggest a room with more windows, especially for your first time trying dark paint. I just think the natural light is going to help ease that transition so much better than going in. Like the room I'm in now has like one small little, like probably about this big, like basement window, and there's not a lot of light. And honestly, even me, I'm used to dark paint. I love dark paint. This green color in here, it looks almost black. And it's not the darkness that bothers me. It's just, I wanted more of a bold green color. So see, this was even a little dark for me for the look I was going for. And that brings me to our first category, which is lighting. I feel like it's the most obvious because if you want your dark room to still feel light and bright, then of course you need lighting. But if you can't paint, your room with the most natural light, the room you're wanting to paint, maybe it doesn't have any windows. You can add light in through obviously lamps, chandeliers, but maybe in a typical room you would have a ceiling light and then a lamp. Here you might try to find a way to incorporate a few more pieces if the room feels really dark. And I think with lighting, new or old, it doesn't matter if you're trying to brighten the space up, just pick something that you really like. I would suggest light fixtures that are not as closed in though, that do give off more light, more of a glow. Another good option if you already have lamps and things that you like to put in the room is lampshades with a metallic interior, because when the bulb comes on, it reflects off that gold or silver, whatever color is underneath, and just creates, first of all, more of a warm glow, but it creates more light overall. Okay, I feel like lighting is such an easy one. That's like buy lamps and lighting that you like and light the room up. That's an easy one. Let's move on to category 2, which is mirrors. You might not think of a mirror as adding light, but what it will definitely do is reflect light. So I think strategic placement is kind of key with this. If you have one window in a room, maybe try to place the mirror across from that so it can get the light and then bounce it back. It will create the mirror already. I mean, just looking at a mirror, that's a brighter spot. And having light go into it will double the amount of light. It will bounce it around the room. You have a gallery wall, maybe adding some cute little mirrors into the gallery wall so they can get the light and kind of bounce it around. Third tip I have for you is metallic fabrics. And you can incorporate these through your pillows, or my favorite way to do it is through curtains. And it doesn't, I'm not talking like 80s gold lame metallic fabric. If you like that, go for it. But just like fabric that has a sheen to it, and that can come in any color. The curtains I have in what we call our parlor room, they're gold, they're like a gold sheen curtain, and they're really bright. And metallic fabrics might not act, the same way a mirror does, reflecting that much light, but it's just creating this bright spot. And I feel like that's an easy one to do because you can get metallic fabric in pretty much any color. You could stick with your basics and do, like a gold, silver, or copper curtain or pillow accent. They also make metallic green, metallic blue. Plus, I just think they look kind of luxurious. I mean, some people probably think it's tacky, but typically the things most people find tacky, I love. Have you ever seen the show called The Ugliest House in America? Or they have one now also called The Scariest House in America. And I typically watch those, and they're walking through these houses, talking about how terrible they all are, how outdated and tacky they are. Everything's just over the top. And they're all trying to win the title of ugliest house or scariest house in America so that they can win a home makeover. And I think not all the houses, but I think a lot of them, they're beautiful. It looks like they need like a deep cleaning sometimes and maybe some updating here and there, but oh my God, especially like the time capsule houses, they're awesome. Category 4, kind of along the same lines of the metallic fabric, is going for metallic decor or just light decor. I would consider like what you see here behind me, this is light decor, obviously. It's creating a bright spot here on this dark wall. And then I have like the white pillows here. So that's, creating some light here. So it just doesn't feel like this like dark vortex. You can just see the color comparison, like the dark on dark. This I get, like this would scare a lot of people, but something like this kind of brightens it up and the dark wall becomes more of a backdrop here. These stand out better. If this was on a white wall, it would get lost. The same way the TV kind of looks lost here. So high contrast, low contrast. Another thing I would put in this category for the light decor can be plants. Even though your plants are mostly green, that's still going to add some brightness to the room. I would say if you're really into plants and you're not constantly forgetting to water like me, then put a bunch of plants in the room because that is just going to bring like energy. It brings life into the room. Plus, I feel like there's nothing better than a black wall with green plants against it. It's like those colors are just meant to go together. For metallic decor, consider brass. I know that's really popular, especially if you like to shop vintage, but any metal, when the light hits metal, it tends to reflect back. Category number 5, I would say artwork, because on a dark wall, nothing stands out better than light artwork. One of my favorite things to see, I think it just looks so chic, is a dark wall, like really any dark color, doesn't have to be black, like old vintage frames. Typically, I go for gold, filled with beautiful black and white photos that have, a lot of the lighter colors in them, but they stand out so well. It's like the photos are framed, but then the wall, the dark backdrop just adds like another framing level. It's so pretty. I feel like it just looks like a gallery in your house. So if you're getting ready to try dark paint for the first time, don't forget these 5 tips. Make sure you have good lighting in the room. Adding mirrors can help bounce the light around. Incorporating some light or even metallic fabrics, pillows, curtains, things like that. Light or metallic home decor, like trinkets, plants would be a great one. And then light wall art. Let me know if you've tried dark paint before or if you plan on trying it and you need any further encouragement. I'm always here to talk you into painting a room dark because I really think the first room was just the gateway and you'll end up with your whole house painted dark.